Welcome friends, my name is Neco, and I have for you today some Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord Let's Play gameplay. This is my first time starting the campaign, so you all will be hopping in with me as I go. We're gonna jump right into the campaign. Now, I remember playing a lot of the first iterations of Mount and Blade, so I'm super excited. This has been in development for 8+ years. It's finally in early access now, which means that we finally are ready for the harvest. Use your character's culture. Landians. Descendants of adventurers from the West who lived under the Empire for centuries before forming an independent kingdom. With the decline of imperial authority, they've evolved into a well-organized feudal society led by a caste of warlike nobles who prefer to fight with spears and lances on horseback. So, this could very well be, and I believe this is set about 200 years in the past with reference to Warband. So, we'll see some of what became the factions that we know from the first game. The Vlandians, 20% more upgrade XP to troops from battles. Sturgians, descendants of the foreign tribes of northern Calradia. They are good hunters and wanderers, traveling far in search of opportunities, both for trade and plunder. So, they're better in snowy regions. We have the Empire, the Calradian Empire. Now, I'm a huge Roman buff, so I might very well go for any kind of Imperial faction. 20% construction speed bonus to town projects, wall repairs, and siege engines. The Azarai, the nomadic Bedouin and oasis farmers. The caravans are 30% cheaper to build, 10% less trade penalty. I unfortunately will generally go for the stabby and less of the trading, although obviously we all need money. The Crusate are the steppe nomads, mounted archery, and a 10% extra speed bonus for horsemen on campaign map, which I'm sure is fairly significant. And the Battanians. So I'm kind of getting like a Celtic kind of feeling right now. Great axes and two-handed swords with deadly efficiency. Forests give 10% less speed penalties to parties. We're actually going to go with the Empire, I think. Not so important right away, I assume, because we won't be constructing too many town projects right away. But I think it's more for the aesthetic for me. Alright, now we have to create a character. Let's see, let's randomize a couple times, see what we get. Faces are the same. Oh, we're randomizing just the body. Got it. Good base for our character. Just pick a base. Go from there. Let's start here. Body. Male.
Fire! We win! The bastards! Give 'em hell! Make a line!
Alright.
Man the ladders! We won! Advance! Back
3
to
voice
back!
choices. I think I'm gonna go with 2. Skin color's fine. Voice pitch.
Shields forward! Look at them run!
Keep it around the same. Slightly on the taller side. We'll go to face. Skin type. Interesting. Pick number 2 again. Let's go for 1. We won't do anything super crazy here. I'm not looking for huge in-depth customization. We'll go for eye color. A nice green to match mine, because obviously we're playing me, right? We'll leave the nose alone. It's maybe a little big. We're fine. And we got some hair color going. Look at that crazy do. This man grows a fuller beard than I do. And let's go with that. Kind of stocky. I like it. Choose your family. Okay. So Vigor controls one-handed weapons, two-handed weapons, and polearms. Control for your bow and throwing. Endurance for riding, athletics, and smithing. Cunning for scouting, tactics, and roguery. Ooh. Interesting. Kind of a mixture of clandestine things and intuition. How troops will perform in combat. I wonder if that's an actual combat bonus. Then social controls charm, leadership and trade, and intelligence controls steward, settlement management, medicine, and engineering. Excellent. Well, let's find out. You were born into a family of retainers, merchants, freeholders, artisans, foresters, urban vagabonds. What does that give us? Cunning 3, roguery 1, throwing 1. Okay, foresters gives us, I assume, control, yeah. Urban artisans, intelligence. Freeholders gives us endurance. Urban merchants gives us social, and landlords retainers gives us an increase in polearms and riding and vigor. Kind of feeling I almost want to go with a little bit of urban vagabonds. Control would also be super powerful. We're going to be mostly melee focused, I think, here, so I don't mind taking something like this where we have smithing, some crossbow operation, and intelligence up. I like the idea of having intelligence up here. So, and we can train our vigor and one-handed weapons whenever we want. So let's go with that. Early childhood, leadership, we get cunning up. Brawn, we get vigor and two-handed weapons. You probably want to go with one-handed weapons. Attention to detail, we get control and one-handed weapons up and endurance or athletics up. That's probably a really good option for us. Aptitude for numbers and another increase in intelligence. Probably not worth it at this point. Your way with people, social, and leadership and charm, and skill with horses is endurance, riding, and medicine. Let's go with attention to detail. We get control up a little bit, and then we get some skill in one-handed melee weapons and athletics. Choose your adolescence. Town Watch's training grounds. Another control and another crossbow level. Alley gangs. Cunning up. 1 rank of roguery. 1 rank of one-handed. Docks and building sites. We have vigor up, and then we have another smithing and athletics. I'm not sure we need that right away at the start. Social gives us trade and charm. Probably, actually, I'm seriously considering taking this, just so we can actually talk to people. We'll get a little bit of trade and a little bit of charm in there. Reading and studying gives us another intelligence. Working at the stables gives us endurance. And riding and steward. So let's actually go with in the markets and caravanseries. Caravanseries? You worked in the marketplace selling trinkets and drinks to busy shoppers. Let's go with that. Our youth. As a youngster growing up in Colorado, war was never too far away. You stood guard with the garrisons. Intelligence up. Endurance up. Rode with the scouts. Trained with the infantry. Vigor up. And then one-handed weapons and polearms. Probably a good choice here. Go into skirmishers. Control up. March with the camp followers. Cunning up. Let's go with trained with the infantry. So we got another leg up on one-handed. And we get our vigor up. So we were a levy armed with spear and shield, drawn from small-holding farmers. We've always been the backbone of most armies of Colorado. Young adulthood. We defeated an enemy in battle. Plus round, plus valor. Not sure what they do in this game yet. We get another point of vigor, another point of one-handed, and a point of two-handed. Save your city quarter from a fire. +1 to calculating. One attribute point to cunning. We see that here. +1 to calculating. So we don't know what calculating is yet. And then some renown. This might be a good pickup too. A little bit of intuition, a little bit of tactics, so our troops will be a little bit better. And a little bit of leadership. Invested some money in a workshop. Probably not worth it right now. Survived a siege. Pretty good for ranged weapons. Had a famous escapade, treated people well. Nah, nobody. Who treats people well? Let's go with saved your city quarter from a fire. So we get a little bit more cunning, a little bit more tactics, and a little bit more leadership, and then 10 renown and +1 to calculating, whatever that is. Story background. Like many families in Calradia, your life was upended by war. Your home was ravaged by the passage of army after army. Eventually, you sold your property and set off with your father, mother, brother, and your 2 younger siblings to a new town you'd heard was safer. But you did not make it. Along the way, the inn at which you were staying was attacked by raiders. Your parents were slain, and your 2 youngest siblings seized, but you and your brother survived because... Did we subdue the raider? Another vigor, another athletics, and 1 more one-handed weapons mastery. Tempting, especially for focusing on the one-handed weapons. Drove them off with arrows, control, and ranged, and tactics. Rode off on a fast horse. We have a rank of riding, a rank of scouting, and endurance up. Tempting as well. Tricked the raiders. Some roguery, some tactics, and some cunning, and then you organize the travelers to break out. Social. Probably don't need that. Let's. I'm tempted to go with you rode off on a fast horse for the bonus to riding, which we have no bonus in yet. Endurance up, and then the bonus in scouting, which we also have no bonus in yet. So we survived because we jumped on the 2 remaining horses in the inn's burning stable and broke out of the encircling raiders and rode off. We are Neco. Culture, empire, family, early childhood, adolescence, youth, young adulthood, story background. This is really cool. If you've played Warband, you will notice that it is similar in the sense that you were able to pick kind of your background before. This is slightly more in-depth and gives you more options, in addition to obviously an updated UI, graphics, and we see the skills that we have, or at least some of them. So we will probably play on easy. Heroes can't die. Heroes never die. We're not going to enable depth, and we will probably not auto-allocate clan member perks either. So let's keep it easy, at least for this first run through. If we find it's too easy, we can either start another run, or hopefully we can change that mid-game. And let's dive right in. Welcome back from the future, I suppose. We crashed on loading into tutorial. So we have remade our characters, same stats, although minus the beard, because I can feel better about my own lack of beard now. That's my guy no longer has one. And we are back. All right, let's play this again. Nathanos. Brother, it's been 3 days now we've been tracking those bastards. I think we're getting close. We need to think about what happens when we catch them. How are we going to rescue Phasos and Alia? Are we up for a fight? Old training field. Let's run through the tutorial. Alright, what do we got? Tutorial. You can move your character. Forwards with W, backwards with S, A, and D. Got that down? We have a lot of tutorials to run through. Let's just do a couple, and then we'll just dive right in, because we obviously, we know what we're doing. We're pro. Alright, so we got shift for zoom. Any kind of, I guess we run at the speed we run. Sword and shield training, sword training. We're probably gonna do sword and shield, right? Attack to trainer. Alright, alright. Alright, I'm getting the hang of it. Feels just like the old one. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the combat system in Mountain Blade, Warband, or Bannerlord in this instance. Is he gonna attack me? Do it! Do it. Alright, I think we should honestly be good to go. I suppose we could defend ourselves. Just kidding. Alright, we're fine. If you're unfamiliar with the combat system, we'll give you, or I'll give you a quick rundown, and then we will hop right into the main game. Oh, give me my weapons back. So Mountain Blade, by default, uses a directional, based on your mouse movement, if you are playing on mouse, attack system where if you move your mouse, or if you're moving left, it will aim from the left, up, down, all that good stuff. Down being thrust, right? Up being overhead, and then left and right. Right click being block, and that should be the basics. So we feel pretty good, I'm saying, about the training. The only thing that we might not know, no, it should be good to go. So let's hop right into the main juicy bit of the game. And get it going. First thing we're gonna do, leave the training field. Alright, we're low on food. There's a village north of here where we can buy provisions and find some help. Tevea, or Tevea. You can move using WASD, moving your party is done by clicking on the map. This will leave a mark on the target location unless you have clicked on inaccessible areas. Let's set off to Tevea. First thing we're going to do, we're going to save the game. Then we're going to save as, so we can actually name it. Boom. Neco 1. So, if we crash, we can pick up right where we left off. Now, I got some exploring to do. As we're traveling to Tevea, we have Dinar's influence, hit points, battle-ready troops, consumable items, which I assume is our food, party morale. It's nice that they have that on the UI there. Entering settlements. To explore a location, you can press the settlement. Enter the settlement by pressing the highlighted button on the left, which is take a walk around. Let us take a walk around. We're here, I guess. Alright, I mean, that's... You told us that's where we're going. Alright, so we need food. After that, maybe some men to come with us. Headman here can probably help us. Let's try to find him. Speak to the headman. Ooh, everyone... Ooh, that's a nostalgic noise. We know that noise. Hold the left alt key to see the location of the headman. Look at that, he's right there. We'll make our way on over to Headman Joran. I talk to him on the horse? Unlikely. Oh, yes we do. Or yes we can. I am Joran, headman of this village. What brings you here? We need help. Our younger brother and sister have been captured. Let's see, we think they've gone north. I reckon there are a few folk around here who will join you in going after them if you'll pay for their gear. Once you've made your preparations, come and talk to me again. I might have a task for you if you're going after the raiders. We got some log updated messages. To leave a mission, you can hold down the tab key. Alright. I'm guessing that's what it wants us to do, so we'll just go ahead and do that. From the campaign or the settlement menu, we should be able to pick up some troops and some food. So, we need to hire at least 4 men. Ooh, interesting. Edmund's troop. 6 of them at 50 dinars apiece will put us at a 300 gold price point. I'm tempted to just go ahead and do this. This is an interesting UI. So this will increase. So it tells us how much it will increase, how much we have to pay them, our current capabilities as far as how many troops we can command, and our, I assume this is campaign movement speed that will go down based on, since they're all, question mark, I believe they're all mounted, right? I assume these horse symbols mean they're mounted, which means we will barely lose any speed on the map. Quest completed. Recruit troops. Next, let's buy us some food. Buying food. Your brother recommends that you purchase 2 sacks of grain. This is interesting. So they have value, number in stock, and you can lock. Okay, and the name. So let's buy 2 sacks of grain. Let's buy 3. We're feeling spicy today. Do they have anything else? We could buy sheep. Interesting. You will pay 51 dinar. No problem. We finished our preparations. Let's talk to the headman again. He said he may have a task for us. We could use his friendship. Ooh, now that we've unlocked Headman Joran, we can talk to him up here. Nice. Influential power. Let's talk to him. Looks like we are going to go back to the city center. And we'll teleport right to him. Glad to see you found what you needed. Now, about that matter I mentioned earlier, there's this wandering doctor who comes through here from time to time, name of Tactios. Treats people for free. We're fond of him. We last saw him a few days ago. He was carrying some sort of chest, which he was very mysterious about. He was on some sort of quest, he said, though he wouldn't tell us more. Set off on the road just a few hours before the raiders came through. Not really the worldly type. Sounds like he's captured. Quest completed. And log updated. Locate and rescue traveler. Tactios. Alright, well, that's all we needed from you, I guess. Back out of the mission. Let's go find our brother, our sister, and Tactios. And we'll split some bandit skulls while we're at it. Alright, so we should be good here. We have no more recruiting, no more buying food. Hearth. No idea what that does. Militia. I assume, okay, so this is settlements that we control. Or no, Tevea. Or Tevia. Settlements that Tevia controls. Or maybe it is Tevia as a settlement, so that's probably more likely. Alright, let's go ahead and leave. And the next question is... Oh, so okay, alright. Mountain bandits. Interesting. Let's go kill some bandits, see if we can find our friends. We have 8 to their 6. Shouldn't be a problem. Neco's party, raiders 6, mountain bandits. They're not even mounted. Nice, look at all our troops. You can tell your men to charge by opening the movement orders with F1 and choosing charge with F3. F1. Ooh, so this is much more in-depth than we had in Warlords. Or Warband, rather. So, we have stop, face enemy, line, fire at will, mount, delegate command off, transfer. And then we have to position, follow me, charge, advance, fall back, stop, retreat, and return. So let's go ahead and just charge, considering they're already up on us. And we'll go ahead and play the good old Mountain Blade, where we're kiting them on our horsies. I do like that the rest of our troops kind of charge past them and then come back for more rather than sitting there and taking it. That's pretty cool. Headshot. Go ahead and see if we get the couch pouch lance damage. We'll see if we can build up some momentum. Doesn't look like it. So we'll just come in with the good old spear. Keep in mind that we are on the easy difficulty, which is, I believe, half damage from enemies. Obviously, this is meant to be kind of a tutorial fight anyway. Nice. So, I was gonna say, shouldn't be that many people left. Looks like we won the battle with little to no casualties, I would imagine. Perfect. Tab to view results. Gained renown, gained morale, gained some polearm and single hand or one-handed skill. That's kind of cool. I like that. Skill breakdown at the end. 4 kills from the head of the troop and 2 from me. Perfect. We wounded. One of them is wounded. I wonder if we still get to capture them. Take some prisoners. Perfect. I will take you prisoner. Thank you very much. I can hold 14 of them. Base 10, current party size 4. Perfect. And we get some loot. Very, very cool. I also really like that it compares the stats right away, so we'll pick up the most expensive stuff. Looks like we got 2 of the ridged iron broadswords, which is fantastic. We're gonna go ahead and leave this stuff here. We don't really need it. So first battle down. We now have 3 consumable items. Party morale's doing okay. 96% HP. Check the quests. Locate and rescue traveler. Oh, so we need to defeat all parties. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Focus points. I'm not even going to touch that yet. Calculating. You can use free focus points for increasing your learning limit in individual skills. Okay, interesting. We'll leave that for now. We'll just go ahead and take down our 3 bandit parties. Now, we're not going to take nearly as long as we did the first time. We're just going to go ahead and charge.
Give him hell!
Now, I do want to be leveling my one-handed, but I think the polearm is super effective in these circumstances. So we're going to go ahead and give the old what for. 43 pierce damage. Kind of wanted more from that, to be honest with you. 80 pierce damage on the head. Looks like extra damage on the unarmored head is fantastic. So we'll come in for another round. Ooh, whoopsie daisy. There we go. Leveled up. Nice to see that. Missed that spear. You guys are trying to stone me. It's not gonna work, my friend. You're in a bad spot. Looks like another battle in our favor. Some more polearm skill and some riding skill. Super nice. Wow, that went up much more quickly than the last one. Take another prisoner. Please, thank you. And what do we got? We got some bracers, which we'll go ahead and equip right away. And nothing else really worth even taking. I guess we'll take the Gambeson. And let's go take out that final set of raiders over here. Get back here. Face your fate. Raiders for the blood god. Blood for the blood god. Raider skulls for the skull throne. Alright, like we did before, we'll go ahead and charge in. These guys are mincemeat. They just don't know it yet. They woke up on the wrong side of Calradia today. Kidnapped the wrong people. Oop. Don't worry, it's a warm-up. Alright. Warm-up number 2. There we go. Nice, we're getting some headshots. And even without the movement speed bonus, the headshots is a lot of damage. So we can just, yeah, we can just kind of stand here. Until they die.
We won!
We won! I love that. No more just battle cries. We won! Oh, Nathanos actually got a kill this time. Good for him. Perfect. Took another prisoner. Got a Norse hatchet this time. A sword and some other cheap stuff that we really don't want to bother pick up. You rescue several prisoners. They look parched and exhausted. You give them a bit of water and bread, and after a short while, one staggers to his feet and comes over to you. Looks like we have a brief story moment. It's Tactios. My name's Tactios. I'm a doctor by trade. That was a bit of a quest, but now I'm thinking I'm not really made for this kind of thing. And not with those robes. I was with a caravan, and they just came out of the brush. We were surrounded and outnumbered, so we gave up. I figured they'd keep us alive, if just for the ransom. But then they started flogging us along at top speed without any water, and I was just about ready to drop. I could feel the signs of heat stroke creeping up. I told them, but they just flogged me more. If your group hadn't come along, maybe I have a way to thank you properly. Where are my siblings? The chief of the raiders, the one they call Radagos, took and rode off with our more valuable belongings, including a chest that I had. He is a big boss and has more than one band raiding around the area. If you do catch up with and defeat that ruffian, you may be able to recover my chest. It contains a valuable ornament, which I was told could be of great value if you knew where to sell it. I like the sound of that. Right now, I don't think I'd venture more than 20 paces from a well as long as I live. Alright, no problem. I will help you, Tactios, in exchange for cold, hard cash. Neretz's Folly. I wonder what that is. I don't know what that means, except that Neretzes, I assume, was of course the emperor who died in battle some years back. Maybe you can find out its true value. It being this trinket. Thanks for saving me again. I hope our paths will cross again. Next up, find the hideout of Radagos and defeat him. But first, we will call it quits for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to catch you next time. Like I said, my name is Neco, and it's been a pleasure.